Then the Lord changed Job's fortune when he prayed for his friends, and the Lord doubled all Job's earlier possessions. When we read the book of Job, even just a verse, it's helpful for us to keep in mind that Job was never written with the intention of us reading a factual, historical account of a man named Job. Now, was there ever a man named Job? Probably. Were there others in his family who found names similar in that time? Yeah, probably. Was there ever this cosmic battle between God and the adversary that caused Job misfortune and went through the whole story of Job just as it's written in the Bible? Probably not exactly. And yet it's a familiar story. Bad things happening to good people. So familiar that in the 1980s, Rabbi Harold Kushner wrote a book called Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People? And it became very quickly a bestseller. You see, Job was a response, or rather the book of Job was a response to that question. Why does bad things take place in this world? Why do bad things happen to good people? Why do bad things happen at all? We've wondered this for a long time. And so the story of Job unfolds, revealing that God is the God of all that is good. The adversary is simply one who brings challenge in life. I once heard someone say, Job is a story about the devil bringing lemons to the table. It's a reminder to us that God is really about good. And so we get to the end, and Job prays for his friends, and it's then that God restores good to Job's life. God brings about good. But God brings about good when Job prays for his friends. Now, that sounds like a good thing, and it is a good thing, except Job's friends were less than friendly and helpful throughout this whole thing. They kept assuming that Job must have done something to deserve this. What did you do, Job? Who did you hurt? Did you forsake God? Job prays for his friends, the friends who, in many ways, deserted him in this time. You see, I wonder if part of what the story of Job is helping us to understand is that lemons arrive at the table whether we like them or not. God creates good. God can help us take circumstances that are full of lemons and discover how to make lemonade. God can take horrible situations and weave something good out of them. For Job, a lot of good came when his fortunes were restored. But it took him praying for his friends. It took him recognizing that people are flawed and yet still lovable. That's the story of Job. In a world in which bad things happen, sometimes we aren't the greatest friends. And yet, how does God's goodness invite us to pray for our friends nevertheless? What's your Job story? Who are the friends you need to pray for? And in doing so, might you discover a little bit more of the God who creates good. Amen.